let's go for, I think, episode 4 of Tales from the Gym. You may or may not be able, if you've been listening or know me, you may or may not be able to tell the difference in my voice. I'm quite stuffy, mucus in my nose and my chest, but I don't feel weak, so I've still been hitting the gym, real careful about keeping myself sanitary, I guess, so I don't pass it on, right? Always coughing or expelling mucus in a towel or something sanitary that nobody else is going to touch. Probably way too much explanation. Needless to say, while I'm feeling like this, I definitely don't spar. I just do mitts and pegs. Pads and pegs. But today I'm going to focus on, or this week, however we want to put it, is the new foreign invasion of Muay Thai. I don't want to say tourists, but foreigners coming to Thailand to train to fight. It's grown exponentially in the last few months. I've definitely noticed it. And I imagine it has, no doubt it is linked to promoters here really liking the idea of pitting foreigners against Thais. For whatever reason, it's a bona fide sell. People are going to be interested, right? So any foreigner coming here to train will not have a problem finding action, work. I don't want to call it work because then they might need work permits too. I don't know all the legalities of it all, nor do I care to get into all the legalities of it all. I don't think performing in a fight is considered work per se, because it's a one-time performance or whatever. Might be like an entertainer or something along those lines. I know they have like sports visas as well, so maybe it falls with that. Anyhow, oh damn, you're going way back in the time machine now. Sorry about that, dude. And at the camp that I've been at the last couple of years, since the tail end of COVID, right? During COVID, it was most of the gyms here in Thailand, Bangkok in particular, were locked down. Trainers could come to you. Was like one of the loopholes they started working around during the lockdown periods, where Muay Thai gyms in particular were shut down. It was a stupid era of what can and cannot be open here in Thailand, especially Bangkok. But anyhow, during the COVID era, which was, a couple of years, Jesus fucking Christ, at the very beginning of COVID and COVID lockdowns, I was training with Jarun Sak and is that Bang Hwa or Passejan? Bang Hwa. I think it would be called Bang Hwa, possibly Passejan, as far as the district goes. It's a little bit tricky. But yeah, I trained with him for a little while during the onset of the pandemic, because I was living close by there. I was also living in Bang Hwa, Passejan, at the time. And then when I moved to Dao Kanong, which is in between, which is still close to Bang Hwa and Passejan, but not that close. And at the time I wasn't driving yet. I was still relying on public transportation, taxis, and so forth to get around town. Trains, motorbike, taxis. all the different ways that you can get around Thailand without having a driver's license. So at the time, it was getting to be too tedious of a bus ride for me. It's like there's got to be someplace close to where when I moved to Dao Kanong, and there was Kiat Songri there in Bang Pakok, which is, if I was still in my youthful prime and not a ripe 53 years old, I could jog there for my warm up easily from where I was living in Dao Kanong to where Kiat Songri was. Maybe 3 kilometers, I think, distance, if that. No, actually, I think it was like 3 point something, if I remember right. This is a couple years back. And I'm still going there, even though now I live in Klong Tili, Watana, which is kind of like downtown Bangkok. And I still go there, one, because I just feel at home there, honestly. More than any other place I've been to here in Bangkok. Not only do I feel at home, but I feel the level of just the right amount of discomfort because they have so many fighters rotating in and out of there, both native Thai and foreigners. And by foreigners, I don't just mean Falam or Westerners. They get a lot of Japanese guys at Kiat Songri as well. A lot of Japanese guys have been coming there since before the pandemic and One Lumpini and all that, or during the pandemic and before One Lumpini. One Lumpini didn't start taking off till well after pandemic, or I should say it kind of coincided. There's a very good nexus of events for One Promotions at Lumpini Stadium and for Lumpini Stadium itself. Because I'll be honest with you, man, before One started putting their shows on there every Friday night, they didn't have anything going on there that made me think it was worth driving to. Even if the traffic's good, they weren't having many events that I felt like were worth going to watch live. I'll watch them on TV sparingly. And in fairness, Rajdin Nurm was kind of in the same boat. Neither one of the two big stadiums really handled the lockdown and the pandemic well at all. They both came under new management. That's how bad it got. Right. The people that were running the stadium going into the pandemic gave up on it during the pandemic, and now both of the pinnacles of Muay Thai history, well, I shouldn't say pinnacles, pillars. Sorry for my vocabulary. The two pillars of Thai boxing history and excellence. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Excellence. If you are the champion to those two stadiums, you are the best in the world. And it still applies. If you were a Rajdin or a Lumpini champion, I still think you are one, if not the best in the world, among the best in the world. So Kiat Songri has also seen an influx of foreign fighters.